If you have lines of parents waiting to get their kids registered, I'm guessing you have a different sort of marketing plan than maybe other nonprofits or music schools, because you also have a very, very diverse student population. So how did that happen? I mean, you know, when parents find out about a new magnet school or selective admission school, they're all lined up, but it's not necessarily a group of people that represent the diversity of the city's population. But if anything, the People's Music School does that and then some. How does that part work?
Well, I think Rita intentionally selected the Uptown community for her school because of the incredible diversity that exists there. I don't know if this is true, but I've heard things like it's one of the most diverse neighborhoods in the entire United States, and the People's Music School really reflects that. We did an informal quick survey, and there's well over a dozen languages that are spoken by our teachers and our students and our faculty and our administrative staff, and on any given day, it's just incredible to me that I think that adds to the vibe and the feel and the energy of the place, that it's not only the music, but it's also sort of a microcosm of the neighborhood and the United States, and a grand experiment. And it's great to see people of different backgrounds exchanging ideas and making music with each other. It's beautiful.
Well, I was in a room the other day. We were stuffing envelopes. I was the only one that spoke English, or only English. Everybody else spoke like all these different languages, and I was like, and they were like, no, you know, and they started teaching me. I mean, I know a little bit of Spanish. They started speaking to me in Spanish, and, you know, speak this and understand this, and then they're like, see, you understand, and it was a really cool feeling. Just, I mean, you know, it could have been very intimidating, but it wasn't. It was amazing.
What were you stuffing envelopes for?
We are doing, what is it, the BBB, the Beethoven's Birthday Bash, which is going to be December 15th. We're going to have a fundraiser, a silent auction for that event. It's going to be really fun.
Yeah. Next to her birthday, Beethoven's birthday, I know, was Rita Simo's most important day of the year.
I believe it was. Yes.
Really?
Still is, I should say, yes.
I think he's going to be 236, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, you better get
So
that
will he
right.
be making a special appearance?
We might.
In
Remember?
spirit.
We're going to
In
make a
spirit.
little picture.
Yes, in spirit.
How do you prepare the school for something like a Beethoven's benefit?
Wow. You're looking at me? I don't know.
Well, I'm guessing your kids maybe are practicing particular pieces for this, because I know performance is always a part.
Yeah, some people
fundraisers
are
and
going
other
to
events that you
perform, and then we got together with a committee, and we're doing a lot of making invitations. I was just soliciting things from a grocery store right before I came here. You know, you do a lot of work and a lot of, I don't know, what do you do?
Well, again, you know, back to the concept of a free music school and how do you do that in the People's Music School. Obviously, since we don't charge for our services, we have to fundraise. And, you know, because we have amazing teachers who are bought into what we do, it helps us stretch our dollar further. It costs us about $10 for every music lesson, private music lesson that we give, but we have to fundraise every single dollar that it takes to run the school and give the lessons. And again, back to the People's Music School, it's the parents and the students that are involved. And so we came up with an idea. We need a little money before the end of the year. Let's do a fundraiser. And I put the word out, and the parents and the students have been incredible. Like that, about 24 of them said, okay, let's plan this thing. And so, yep, we're going to have an event, and of course there will be our faculty and students performing Beethoven music and having a good time.
Bob, it must be a challenge to try on the shoes of a founder who's been around with such a vision as Rita Simo. You're relatively new to the People's Music School, if not Uptown, because you did some other gigs there. But what attracted you to the school? How did Rita find you? And you know, we're on TV now, but how has it been?
I like to think of it that it was destiny and serendipity. As you mentioned, I had been working in the Uptown neighborhood just 2 blocks away for about the last 5 years, so I was very familiar with the People's Music School. Although I'm not classically trained, I am a music person myself, and music is extraordinarily important to me in my life. And the opportunity to combine or marry philanthropy with music was just the ideal combination for me. Whenever I found out about this job, I was like, "Ah, of course, this would be perfect." And I found out about it through word of mouth, talking to someone at a party who happened to be the board president. And the next thing you know, we found each other. It found me, and I found it, and it's been terrific. And Rita and I think we share much of the common visions and goals, and I have the utmost respect and affection for what she created. It's something that I could have never done, and it's an honor to continue to serve her tradition.
Cardi, can you talk a little bit about the model, the teaching model that Rita and you and other teachers have employed? Because it's not just showing up for a music lesson. There's some other requirements that students have to go through.
Well, the school is really founded upon learning music theory, more than lessons. Lessons we kind of consider to be like the cream on the top. The whole concept of the music school was to teach people to understand music. So everybody that's in the school, regardless of age, is involved in a music theory class. So they're learning to understand what's on the page, the written aspects of music. And they do all kinds of listening exercises to understand what they're hearing. So rhythms and various types of notation, whatever. And then again, everybody's taking a class each week. They can also take a lesson on an instrument. But the forte is really in understanding the concepts of music. So not just going out to take lessons because you want to be a great pianist or a great guitarist or whatever, but to really understand what music's all about, what puts it together. And I think that the diversity of the class, the student body, I should say, that adds a lot to it, because people from all these different backgrounds have different types of musical influences on them, not just what we experience in our lives. So it's really interesting to put all that together in that environment.
I'd actually like you, you brought along a traveling guitar today.
I did.
And I'd actually love to hear a 30-year veteran of the People's Music School ply your trade here a little bit. And I guess, Nikki, maybe you can help me with this. What do you remember one of your kids coming back? Now, they took piano, so they probably didn't have him maybe for theory, though.
No, he's an adult.
But
period.
how, after you get through the theory part, which I imagine is the hard part for a new student, you know, why do I have to take this classroom stuff? I want to play.
Right, right.
So what would be the kind of music you might first introduce a new student to after they?
Well, for the guitar, certainly it's a six-string instrument, and you can play individual notes, of course, but people don't want to do that. They want to play chords. They want to get in there and do the whole thing. So we would typically give them a couple of easy chords where just a couple of fingers might be required to play, and just get them to change back and forth, their little fingers moving, so that they begin to feel the dynamics of the instrument. It's really important, I think, with any instrument, to hold it and to feel it and to make it become a part of you. So just sitting back and making those simple changes, and you can start to see the smiles on their faces, you know, because it's just, you're beginning making music. And yes, we teach them all the individual notes and all the, you know, the proper technique exercises and things, but I think it's more the chords and such. When you can just start strumming away, you know, that's when the smile starts coming on the face, you know.